most listened to episode of season 2. Staying soft is the hardest thing you'll ever do. I promised I'd share the most listened to episode of season 2, and this one really stuck with people. Still don't know why this one hit the way it did, and maybe it just landed at the right moment for the right people. Staying soft is the hardest thing you'll ever do, especially when life keeps giving you reasons not to. We'll be back with season 3 on May the 2nd, but until then, I wanted to share this one again. If you've ever struggled to stay open, even when it hurts, this is for you. The softest hands make the best horsemen. Cowboy Logic, season 2. Episode 11. Staying soft is the hardest thing you'll ever do. The softest hands make the best horsemen. I think strength would be what breaks a wild horse. But the ones who know, the ones who spent real time around animals that size, they'll tell you something different. It's the gentle hand that earns the trust. The steady, patient, soft hand. I'm Ann Dunbar, and this is Cowboy Logic. Today, we're talking about the choice that takes more courage than most people realize, the one that comes after life has already broken your heart. Hardness is easy. Bitterness is easy. Building walls and shutting down and deciding never to care again. That's the path of least resistance. Life gives you 1,000 reasons to harden, to protect yourself, to close off, to become cynical and guarded and cold. But softness takes courage. It takes strength. It takes a conscious, daily choice to remain open even after you've been hurt, to trust again after you've been betrayed, to love again after you've lost. Boys know this. A hard hand breaks horses. A soft hand trains them. After my husband died, I had a choice. I could close my heart, decide that loving deeply wasn't worth the pain of losing, build walls so high that nothing and no one could ever reach me again. A lot of people make that choice. I don't blame them. It makes sense. Hardness is safer. Detachment is easier, and cynicism is protective. But I didn't want to live that way. So I did something that sounds simple, but wasn't. I started writing. My first book, Starting Over in Montana, has pieces of my story woven all the way through it. My heroine loses her husband, just like I did. She finds herself alone, trying to figure out who she is without the person she built her life around. Trying to remember what she's capable of, and trying to believe that the future still has something for her. She's not me, but she carried a lot of me inside her, and I gave her a name that meant something. Ivy Rose. It's the name I gave myself years ago in a chat room of all places when I was a young woman looking for connection. It's the name I was using the night I met my husband. So when I needed a heroine strong enough to survive loss and brave enough to love again, I reached back for that name, for that girl, for the version of me who still believed that love was possible. And something unexpected happened as I wrote her story. Ivy Rose started doing something for me that I couldn't do for myself. She sorted through the grief I hadn't finished processing, and she sat with the loss in ways I was still too raw to sit with alone. There were nights I'd sit there with my laptop open and staring at the words through tears, realizing she was saying things I hadn't been able to say out loud. She moved through the pain slowly, honestly, without rushing, and she brought me with her. She reminded me of the family I'd lost. She helped me see their faces again without flinching. She had space for the love that was still there, even though the people were gone. And then page by page, chapter by chapter. She helped me believe something I desperately needed to believe, that moving on was okay. Not moving past. No, not forgetting and not pretending the loss didn't happen. Just moving forward. Carrying the love with you and letting it become part of who you are instead of something that stops you cold. Ivy Rose taught me that. A character I created taught me that. And if that isn't a reason to keep your heart open, to keep writing, to keep creating, to keep reaching for the soft and vulnerable and true, I don't know what is. I'll sit with that for a moment because I think you might need to too. Soft doesn't mean weak. It never has. It means brave. It means you refuse to let pain turn you into something you're not. It means you won't give the hard parts of life the power to change your heart. Sometimes staying soft means writing a character who can do what you can't yet do yourself. Sometimes it means reaching back for the name you wrote when love first found you and trusting that love can find you again. If life has given you reasons to harden, and it probably has, and you're fighting to stay soft anyways, you're doing the hardest, most courageous work there is. Protect your softness, guard your tenderness, and don't let anyone convince you that staying open is naive or foolish. It's the bravest thing you can do. Today's Cowboy Logic is this. Staying soft is the hardest thing you'll ever do. So protect it. The world needs your softness. And somewhere out there, maybe in a story you haven't written yet, or maybe in a love you haven't found yet, that open heart of yours is going to matter more than you know. Thanks for riding along. I'll see you next week.